When Mr. Doles first approached me with the idea to make this music video in one continuous shot through the hallways of the high school with tons of kids dancing, I was like, how are we going to do this?
I got the magic in me. I got the magic, baby. When I hit the floor, the girls come snapping at me. They be snapping, baby. Everybody wants a blast of magic, 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 magic. Oh. I got the magic in me.
There were about 3 weeks of pre-production for Magic by BHS. The first week was mainly trying to decide on a song and trying to decide on a route for the camera to travel. In regards to the song, we knew we wanted to have a good chance at winning the WGN contest, but we also wanted to tie it back to school. And we knew that the homecoming theme was Harry Potter, so that's where we got the whole idea of magic, the whole theme of magic. Our original plan from the beginning was to use Do You Believe in Magic, but we felt like that was too old and it wasn't fast enough for what we were trying to accomplish. We came across Magic by B.o.b. It was upbeat, it was faster, it was newer, and we decided that that's what we were going to go with. So that's how we came across the song. For the camera route, it varied a lot. Originally, we were going to start in the front of the school, and we were going to try and hit all of the sections of the school, including the math wing, through the center of the school, through the foreign language wing. We were going to try and do everything, but due to two factors, it was not possible. One, the song wasn't long enough, it was only 3.5 minutes, and two, we were using a camera on a dolly system which could not travel on stairs or elevators, so we had to modify the route. We had about 3 different routes before we got to the route that you actually see in the video. The second week of pre-production was focused on casting. We needed to find, upwards of 100 students to be in this video. So we talked to all sorts of clubs and sports. We went to coaches and we asked them, can we interrupt your practice for a second to recruit some people for this video? We handed out schedules, calendars, we handed out song lyrics. We made sure that everybody knew what was going on and we told them when they had to be there. And then what we did was we took the song and we split it in half, and we had one rehearsal for the first half of the song and then we had another rehearsal for the second half of the song. So we actually didn't rehearse the entire thing straight through until the day that we were filming it for real, which was very challenging. We did about two rehearsals and a camera rehearsal.
Red one! Magic, 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 magic.
I never really realized how important it was to have a directing staff in a video such as this one. I mean, I've never worked on a video of this size. The scale of this project was humongous. I mean, there were over 100 kids. It was one continuous shot, so if we messed up, we had to do it again. It was very difficult, and it was very helpful having those extra eyes and ears always with me, because on the night of shooting, I couldn't turn a corner without having my name called from 4 different directions. And the beauty of having assistant directors is they were able to handle those problems while I handled other problems. And there were also times when I'm on the other side of the building and we were radioing for each other. It was insane, but it was very, very helpful being able to have these people to handle problems that I couldn't be there to handle. It was also easier for me because I had 2 fantastic people running on the cameras. I had the person who was moving the camera and then the person who was like directing where the camera was looking, director of photography. And with them, they ran their own camera rehearsals while I was dealing with other stuff, so I didn't have to worry about that. All in all, it was a major team project, and I really couldn't have done it without them because it was just too much to handle for one person. On the day of filming, the crew and myself got here at about 12 o'clock in the afternoon. that was about 7 hours, 7.5 hours before we were actually planning on starting filming the actual video. But it really did take that long to set up. The first hour or so was getting all the equipment in, getting the lighting equipment in, getting the decorations in, getting everything in and ready to go. And then from there, for the next 6 hours, it was just full out decorate. We had 3 people assigned to putting streamers up. We had Austin running around unscrewing light bulbs and turning lights off. We had John running around setting up camera equipment, blowing up balloons. Kate was blowing up balloons. There were so many people doing so many things. I can't even name them all. I was helping with the lighting equipment. I was also making sure that people were getting stuff done. We had to hang up glow sticks. The thing with the glow sticks is we had to be careful because we didn't want them to break, because if they broke, then they would light up and they would lose their intensity. So we made sure we just hung those, and we broke them at the very, very end. About 3 hours before we started filming is when people started showing up to decorate walls and decorate costumes. So the people in the blacklight hallway, the mad scientists as we referred to them, got there about 3 hours early with glow paint and started glow painting their outfits. We started taping on the walls. There was so much stuff that went on. We really needed those 7 hours. And then from there it went to 2.5, 3 hours of filming to get the best that we could. By the end of the night, we had 6 usable takes, and you know, to many people who would watch them, you know, they would all pretty much look the same. So a common question is, how did we decide which take we wanted to use? Well, it really was down to the small details. We wanted it to be as close to perfect as we could, so we watched every single one multiple times, and we settled on take 5. Take 5 wound up being the best one, and that's the one we decided to use, and that's the one you saw in the video. While producing and directing a video is a lot of hard work, it's also a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun on set, I guess you could say. There were a bunch of funny things that happened. For example, on the Saturday that we shot, we brought Segways in. So we were riding Segways around in the school, and that's not something many people can say they've done. So while that was a lot of fun, it was also very useful because it was difficult running to get lighting equipment from the studio and dragging it to the gym. But when we had the Segways, it was faster, it was easier, it was more efficient. One of the funniest things that happened was actually involving the fire department. While we were in the pre-production stage, we cleared approval of using a smoke machine inside the school. We were not aware that that did not include the elevator. And the original plan for the video was to have my lip-dub section end with me in the elevator and for Katie to come out of the elevator, so it looked like we did like a magical switch. And the idea was to have a lot of smoke in the elevator so that it looked magical and interesting. Well, during setup, we decided to test it, and the fire alarm went off, and it called the fire department, and the fire department came. And that was about a 45-minute timeout of being able to film all this, as, you know, me and my assistant directors or my entire directing staff was running around crazy trying to figure out where everybody was to make sure everybody got out, and then we had to talk to the fire chief. But we were very glad that they were so understanding. They knew we were doing it. It wasn't a surprise. They reset the alarm. It was no big deal, but it was definitely funny when it happened. Because just like not many people can say they've ridden a Segway in the school, not many people can say they've set off the fire alarm because of a smoke machine in the school either. My favorite part of the video would have definitely been the glow stick hallway. I loved I love that idea. I got the idea from the orchestra show 2 years ago when they actually did a dance with that idea of taping glow sticks to themselves. So we went out and we bought a ton of glow sticks. I forget, it's like $60, $70 worth of glow sticks. We hung them from the ceiling. We taped it to people. We made sure they were wearing black. And we turned the lights off. We had to actually unscrew some of the lights, and we went with it. Now, I say it's my favorite hallway, but I actually loved the entire thing. I really liked the black light. I really liked the multicolored hallway. It was all fantastic, but if I had to pick just one, glow stick hallway is one hallway that I think the school should leave like that every single day.